It's interesting because I was in a no force, like I think we are in a mixed scrim maybe, and like the no force players were giving Bolt like props for his use of mouse and keyboard. Like they were dying to him and giving him props for it. So I think he could definitely, make that a big factor in force play for sure.
And the match has finally started, but we'll go ahead and talk about Viking for a minute. You gave him some big praise earlier,
Yeah,
but yeah, I want to say that he's the most random player in the game, and I mean that
that's a
as a
very
huge
high
compliment.
compliment.
You
Yeah,
cannot read him, even when you know what he's going to do. Like you know he's going to aerial you. He'll do it a different way every single time. He'll fake aerial. He'll
yeah,
double jump. He'll forward jump. He'll let his teammate push you. He's attacking you in a different way every time, and you can't always get a read on him because of that.
yeah. Honestly, I think the genius of Viking is like, while it seems so random and simple, it's like it's feinting 101. Like any game, any sport, if you know how to like make someone think you're doing something and then immediately changing it, you can win in any situation. And he kind of did that in the kill he just secured there. He went for an aerial, knew he would probably get the tumble, and was able to random swing after.
Which is the first kill of the match, and now he gets the second kill. I feel like he honestly maybe could have saved Volt, but he was busy aerialing 3 times in a row. I feel like he
Yeah,
definitely would have had force by the end, but yeah, that's sometimes Viking for you. He's
his
gonna
little
secure the
troll.
kill. Yeah,
A
it's
good
his
push though.
bigness, weakness, and his big. Ooh, nice saber throw.
It's a great saber throw. I think
Good follow up
Viking
by Volt
probably
to
should
get the
have just
trade
went
there.
for that. Honestly, I think if Viking would have just like went for the aerial there, he may have been safe because Huey would have been forced to go to the ground to get that save. Honestly, that's one of the traps that like when you play at high levels like this, you fall into is like you want to secure the kill as safely as possible, but sometimes it's easier just to like rely on your teammate and just go for the kill.
And Huey's playing Vader instead of Devil again, so they're going with that strategy. I wonder if we'll see them switching back and forth as this match goes through. I believe in the match against you and Ninja, they switched a total of 6 times the choker. I
It was
wonder
a
if we'll see
very
them switch that much, or if they'll stay more steady in this match. I believe that hurt them a little bit.
I think so too, and not because like either of them is worse at choking. Like I think they both have uh, really solid chokers in their own regard. But I think it's really kind of like you can't really build a momentum. You can't get into a groove if you're constantly switching back and forth without like clear purpose to it. Like Ninja and I, we like I think a lot of people get into that. We're like, oh, we can't change characters because then we're gonna be like, oh, we think we're bad or something like that. But I don't think there's any issue with changing character as long as you know what reason you're doing it for.
Yeah, and they believe that they are throwing the other team for a loop that can't get comfortable, but I feel like it can backfire, and you can't get yourself comfortable as well.
Yeah,
So we've just seen both teams kind of heal up here and reset, and now it looks like we're going to have a little bit of a skirmish in the houses.
and I'll also point out that Huey destroyed like a good amount of the droids in the city here on the villain side, which is an interesting strategy for villains. Maybe they're assuming like slow gameplay from Bolt and Viking.
I think sometimes you just don't want to have to chase the heroes around as they're healing, so you just
That's
get
a
rid of it as soon as you can. And a nice catch there by Huey, and I believe they're going to really chase after Volt here pretty quick.
Yeah, I think that'd be the best move. I want to say that's
My man.
thank you. Their scores didn't reset on the player list, so I might have to rely on you.
And Viking does
Uh,
make the spawn. Volt survives the 2-on-1. He did a good job getting away pretty quick, and by the time he got back to the spawn, they weren't comfortable with rushing, knowing the Viking was going to be
yeah,
close. They weren't sure how big the window was, so they decided to leave it be. Now
another
Volt
good
gets
choke.
caught out by Huey.
So I guess his patience paid off there. I was just about to say I would have rushed the spawn if it was me, but I guess it makes sense sometimes to not rush the spawn.
Now we see Viking having to run in the 2v1 here. Volt gets the quick spawn,
Good on him to switch spawns to hero spawn or
and
hero's corner.
Devil and Huey are hunting right now. Volt gets tumbled,
That
but a
aerial.
great aerial by Viking.
Yeah,
And a
and
lot of
that's the thing.
pressure.
You You'd think that was like an unexpected aerial. I bet like if I was in their call right now, like Sevyl would have been like, "Oh, where did he come from?" But really, it's just like Viking relies on his teammate to kind of do a little bit of distraction. That way, he can quickly switch between enemies.
And Volta Viking had a 2v1 situation there on Huey, applying so much pressure, but Huey was able to escape. Unfortunately, Volta Viking screwed each other up a little bit. They both pushed each other away once or twice, comboed each other a little bit. And that's unfortunate for them.
Oh, but
Huey
Viking got
trying to
that.
get the save, but he gets pushed away, so Devil will go down.
Yeah, that was a good effort by Huey, but that was a very risky attempt at a save, honestly.
He's in a bad spot. Volt and Viking are hunting.
This building's always rough. Good on him to go
Huey's
to the high
been
ground.
running for his life now for a good minute now, I would say. And
Yeah,
Devil gets
his
in.
teammate's back in though. Viking attempted that same maneuver he just did to Sevyl. Didn't pay off this time.
And you really have to give credit to Huey here, you know. He was under so much pressure. He was low health. Devil, unfortunately, dies pretty quickly as soon as he rejoins the fight, so then he's put in a 2v1 situation again with so much pressure from these two aggressive players of Viking and Volt, and he holds on, he doesn't make the mistake, which so many other players, you know, would under that kind of pressure. And he holds on the entire time.
I think that's why we're seeing Huey play Vader here, because I think, especially, it's kind of reminiscent of like almost a PS2 role, because I feel like you would see a lot of Vaders play that more supportive role on PS2 and kind of let their mole, or kind of actually the Vader themselves be the rock of the team and, you know, not die, let the mole be aggro and make plays, but them stay alive the entire time.
Then a great job getting the double kill there. I believe Volt might have actually been lagging and standing still when he died. But, you know, the villains will take that.
That's always unfortunate. Shout out to 2005 games. If we could mod that, no lag. That...
No lag. Everyone has one ping. We're landing out here. Let's all move to Korea.
Oh, that'd be great. North or south?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah, it is a tough one, isn't it? This is an interesting...
There's pros and cons.
Oh, there definitely is. Probably more cons for North, but that's
well,
another
just
discussion.
because you're uneducated. But back to the match.
That's true.
We have a 2-on.
I think I'd be scared if I was villains in this area. You know, it's very difficult, I think, to fight as a villain in the arena area because it's very easy to get tumbled. You know, you're in their spawn. There's just lots of unknowns. But they come away with the kill here. Wow.
Great job by Devil to... I think he actually looped around the entire arena, never jumped back up. And surprised Viking from the side. Honestly surprised me. I was following Huey right there, and I had no idea that he was coming. And just, I think, really got a nice kill on Viking.
They play that really patiently. Also, I kind of like that they're like healing in the heroes' bases. You know, I think that's a very confident move. And you can't really force them to destroy their own droids.
And frustrates the heroes quite a bit.
Yeah. I fall victim to that sometimes where I'm like, oh, you're trespassing, get the hell out.
Might have a nice little alley-oop here from Viking and Volt. Huey shuts that down right away.
Ah, that was unfortunate.
Great combo.
Yeah.
And Devil right there, you know, sometimes you gotta cut your losses, I think. You know, Huey was down, he went for a push, and I think what happened was his block went down, but he was in a really bad position on the ground against Volt and Viking. Even
I think you're right.
Down, that's a rough situation to put yourself in.
And that is the hard call to make, like, but I think he was kind of a play behind there, you know. His teammate had been in a disadvantaged position, you know, after that tumble. Or at very least, he should have been able to be there to secure the tumble that Huey had got. So at that point, I think he should have cut his losses, yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like, yeah, he was definitely a step behind there. Now the heroes are kind of pinched right here. Devil and Huey come from both sides. Huey, I think, should have stayed on the cantina. By going up, he gave them their escape to the pussy here.
They waited for that.
They maybe just didn't want to fight them in there either, so they just flushed them out.
Also, I don't think that Sevyl has stamina, so if they do get an attack here, he's going to be... Okay, he's got a little bit back now.
Huey does tumble.
But I know Seville's going to get tumbled there, yeah.
Yeah.
Good follow-up by Viking.
Sevyl made the save, and Huey was able to actually get that kill.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
nice.
Sevyl went down by going for that save. We
I'd
have a
wager
1-1 trade there.
I wager that he was definitely going to run back here and wait for the spawn, which I think is a good move. I think if he would have pushed that 1v1, you know, Volt would have been there in time.
It's interesting that he even threw a saber right there. It's very, 2-on-1 situation, especially with Vader.
On that building,
You're leaving
especially.
yourself very open. But maybe he was just inviting it. We have Sevyl and Volt on the ground, no force fight, pretty much.
Uh-oh. Oh no. Yeah, and the thing about that area is even if you do get a tumble, like, your Vader can never support you, because the building, you know, the angle of his choke is just impossible to reach there, so the Vader has to go to the ground.
Now, Huey was able to get, ooh, nice push by Viking. He was able to get an aerial on Volt, so he's gonna go heal, and Viking getting Shrek.
How can he do that? Yeah, he had plenty of time to pick up that combo instead of the aerial. Maybe he was low health and expected Huey to die with the aerial.
Thank you.
Alright.
Wait, can they hear you when you say that, or do I need to say that myself? Okay, so the score is 12-9, Villains lead right now. Which, I think, early in the game, I think both sides can be happy with that score. If you're heroes, you're like, okay, we're keeping up. If you're villains, you're saying we're slowly kind of pulling away from them.
Great play
now
by
being 13-9.
Oh, but Volt gets that good push, and he may be able to get a... Oh, great choke, though. I don't think it's going to hold.
Great job holding that choke.
Yeah, perfect follow-up by Huey.
I doubt Devil did this on purpose, but sometimes I believe in a 2-on-1 situation, it can actually be advantageous for you to get tumbled or in a bad spot like Devil was in, because that hero really wants to stay, even though it's still a 2v1 situation, because they feel like they can maybe pull something off.
Yeah,
And
that glimmer.
so again, I thought that was on purpose, but that actually worked out extremely well for them, because that's exactly what happened. Volt tried to force that issue, tried to get that kill on Devil, and Huey was able to capitalize on that mistake.
Yeah, I think you're right, honestly. Like, it's very difficult to play those, like, especially with the choker in action. Oh, but a great tumble mid-air from that area.
Oh no, Huey.
Don't want to do that.
And that was really all Volt right there. Volt, saved Viking from the initial tumble by Devil, which was a great tumble the Devil did on Viking. And then he saved him again from Huey's saber throw. And then he made Huey hesitate just a second when he was deciding what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
And that was able to get Viking off the tumble. And Huey unfortunately missed his sprint attack, but I think he would have missed it either way because Viking had that perfect block. And unfortunately, he hit Devil.
Honestly, that's a situation where I feel like Anakin, instead of Vader, would have really cleaned that up. You know, he would have had a lot less risk and a lot less trepidation about going to the ground with a character like Anakin.
Right, with the quick 2 strikes, he wouldn't even have to do the 3rd strike.
Yeah.
It's pros and cons, but his Vader's been so far extremely strong.
Yeah, I think it's doing what
on the Vader. So the heroes did repair this droid over here in Hero's Corner. And they have been using it to heal. And a nice saber throw by Volt. And now they're really going to attack Huey right now, who just threw a saber, so he's wide open. And he doesn't go down.
Oh, he goes down, yeah.
Extremely unfortunate timing, because he threw his saber right as Devil died, and Viking and Volt just did not waste any time.
And now Devil's instantly got himself in a rough situation here. He does get the 2 strike, but he's going to go down. It was almost another situation of, you know, sometimes it's better to bait the tumble.
And, you know, Viking right there was so clean with his combo. If you notice, he made sure his first strike hit Volt, so that he would untumble right away in case Vader got up, and then he finished off.
I noticed that.
these
Interesting that
little things that
Huey's.
separate the players.
Whoa, good choke from Huey. Interesting that he switched to Anakin as well. I feel like his playstyle has very much been an Anakin choker playstyle, so I support the switch.
Yeah, and I think that's just their strategy. You know, they've played a good amount of kills now on Vader. They just got double killed. So they decided, okay,
Yeah.
they're getting used to it. Let's make them uncomfortable. Let's switch to Anakin and +1 for using the cape to Anakin. You are a bitch
Oh
if you don't
yeah.
use the cape. You
Really,
know,
I feel
upper
like I like
max.
the whenever I play the vanilla Anakin, I feel like he's faster. Without the cape. I don't know what that is to me, but he's just like quicker since he doesn't have the cape on. He's got like a he's got like a light armor type situation going on without the cape. So that's why I play without the cape.
Well, you're
He's
wrong.
faster.
So
Well,
anyway,
I'm 10
we got
speed. What do you
a
mean?
bit of a mess down here, and it
Good
looks
job.
like, whew, and Devil does finish it off. So that's a nice 2-0. So the strategy's working. Switching to Anakin here.
Yeah. To be quite honest, I feel like the pace of this game it's fast, but it's not fast like both teams are playing aggressive. It's fast like Huey and Sevyl are controlling the tempo of the game. That's how it feels like to me.
It does feel like that a little bit. It feels like Volt and Viking are like trying to be aggressive, but then like they kind of, I don't know, they don't feel quite comfortable to me.
Yeah, like right here, like a typical pussy jog roof camp situation. That's not really like what I expect from Bolt and Viking, but that is kind of what I expect from Huey and Sevyl. That's not a diss to either side. But it's just maybe something to observe as the match continues.
Volt and Viking showing their versatility in play styles.
That's also a good explanation.
Devastator, could I get a score update, please? 14 to 18 villains.
Okay, that's a
So
pretty close score, I'd say. Yeah.
yeah, it's a very, very close score. Right now, if you're heroes, you're pretty happy with that. You really want to keep it up.
Yeah.
Villains, you're screaming just to etch it out just a little bit more and really widen that gap. Right now, we've really slowed down the game, though. We have a nice little saber throw battle going on. I wonder which teams feel more confident in their saber throws. I always feel like if you feel like you have the better saber throw, that is the option because it just forces them to be uncomfortable and
Yeah,
even
they
to
have
rush
to
you
respect.
stupidly. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, the thing with like long passive kind of breaks like this, where like there's a good couple minutes where no one dies, it's just saber throwing. Like these are the very critical parts of the game because if you lose after this long break, it's very, very much a morality hit. So I think if you can play patient like this, it's not just about like saber throwing for 15 minutes, but saber throwing for 15 minutes and then positioning yourself to land the kills. And I think after waiting like that, Huey and Sevyl are very, very much getting a confidence boost.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. As the game slows down, these like almost resets back to the neutral game. I think that first kill is the most important kill in the entire match usually.
Yeah,
That kill will usually last you for a little bit of a streak.
yeah,
Um, and Volt and Viking just got double killed, and then they slowed it down, and they just got double killed again. So now we have this little bit of streak. We'll see how their confidence changes. And honestly,
ooh,
I was surprised by that rush. It was very uncoordinated that they did on the platform on Devil.
yeah.
And it was very sloppy. Nothing's fancy. Um, and they actually made it pretty easy for Devil and Huey. I wonder if they kind of ran out of patience or if they were really losing that saber throw war and they just felt like they needed to do something. They did end up getting the saber throw kill on Huey though, and they decided not
Yeah,
to rush Devil Wing in a 2-on-1 situation, which is interesting as well. Giving him a
I had
lot of
noticed.
respect.
Yeah, he was getting a lot of respect there, and he was kind of pretty confident sandwiched between them two, which is something that I like to see players do. But great backslash from Viking, followed up by a great save though, and I think they're going to come out of this situation with 2 kills.
Oh, Huey did get pushed though. Oh, the one strike tumble, the null.
Did he rush the aerial there and get nulled? I couldn't see the beginning of that.
No, so they both landed and they both kind of Obi-Wan tried to combo him, and Huey blocked the first strikes really quickly, and then got him with the one strike of his
God.
combo as Bolt was backing up, trying to get away because he realized his combo wouldn't kill him.
Yeah. Honestly, this is a tricky spot because I feel like it's not necessarily at the point where you need to change something, but it is, I would say, at the point where one of the teams should probably change something. That was a great sprint attack from Viking. Sorry, I got to pause to say that.
That
Viking
was a
or
great
Volt.
sprint attack. I would expect nothing less right there from Volt and Viking going for the double aerial, potentially
Yeah,
mixing
almost
each other
open each
up.
other up. Yeah,
We see
you
the
see a
Han
Han
Solo
pull
being
up.
pulled out.
Large plays, just really amazing plays here from Volt and Viking.
And they really needed that because this game was slowly starting to slip
Yeah,
away.
I was just about
And
to say they
that
needed
was a
something else.
huge turning point double kill that really
Yeah,
gets them back in and keep them confident. And we are actually seeing the switch from Devil and Huey now. You know, they went on a little bit of a streak there. The streak ended, so they're
okay.
like, all right, we're changing it up.
Oh, why did they do that there? I don't like. I think players do that sometimes where they'll just leave their teammate, and there's not really any reason to. I think they could have got both those kills on the part of Volt and Viking if Volt wouldn't have left.
The
But good from
interesting
Sevyl.
turn of events leads this to a double kill for the villains. You know, at
Yeah,
one
I
point,
was.
both villains were tumbled.
Yeah, I thought it was a double kill for the heroes for sure. And I was just about to say I think I would prefer Sevyl on Vader because he plays a little more aggro. Wow, that was holy shit! That those aerials from Viking. Those are what we're talking about.
Yeah, because like I said, even if you know they're going to happen, they always come at you in a different way, and it's a little bit faster and a little bit different than every other player in the game. So even if you've been in this
Yeah,
situation 1,000 times, a million times even, Viking just plays it slightly different. He's like no other player in the game, so he can really get you and honestly make even experienced players look very stupid.
yeah. I was about to say like all he's been doing for the past couple lives, he spawned Heroes Corner there and was able to get that kill. And then I saw them like looking Heroes Corner, after the fact, like okay, let's make sure we respect Viking area so he doesn't creep up behind us. Like very simple things like that. Even some of the most veteran players who've been playing this game for years and years and years, they don't think about like just let's switch spawns. They played that well, securing
They
that
played
kill. I was
that very well. Viking did a great job initiating right there. He got up right
yeah,
on both of the villains. They were playing a bit more passively there for a second. Really applied a lot of pressure, and he actually had to do his job longer than he wanted to. Volt unfortunately missed a ramp twice, so it took him a very long time to get there. But Viking
boy,
completely held his own, took a lot of pressure, absorbed it, and then when Volt finally came in, he was able to tumble the Vader. And a great backslash by
yeah.
Huey there.
That would have been really good, but they were not on the same. Bolt and Viking weren't on the same time there. Like Viking got that push, but he instantly got choked and wasn't able to get saved there.
And this
So
is
they're
a
having.
quick 27 to 21 villains in the lead. But they need 3 more kills, and the villains just got 3 extremely fast kills. And I
Yeah,
think we're actually in a 2-on-1 situation for a second here. He's just gonna wait it out, wait for his teammate to spawn. The villains aren't gonna mess with it. They're gonna let the hero spawn. So if you're Volt and Viking, I think you're relatively happy with 21 kills, 22 now, but you definitely would like it to be a little bit closer. And I think for villains too, you're okay, but if you're Devil and you really wanted to kind of come out and make a statement. When you pick villains, I feel like you want to make a statement. And unfortunately right now, Volt and Viking, even though we're closing in for the villains here on the final score of the side, Volt and Viking are inching out just a few more points, making their job on this next side even easier.
the last couple kills, like when you're on villains and you're against heroes, the heroes will low-key, they'll turn up a little bit and they'll make those last couple kills a little difficult for you to get. So you can never, assume that you've just won because you're on villains and that you have 2 kills left. Because there's always a chance that there's a little bit of a resurgence from, especially players like Bolt and Viking.
Yeah, that mindset totally changes. Just like if we can just get 2 more kills, it'll be so much easier. And you try your hardest. Devil aggressing pretty quickly here. He's got Huey backing him up.
Oh, unfortunate tumble. And it puts his teammate in a bad position. But I think they're going to come out of the situation okay. Great play by Huey.
Better than
wow.
okay.
Yeah.
And Volt did his hardest to apply a lot of pressure to Huey.
Wow. Perfectly played by Huey. That's what I'm talking about when I say Darth Maul. Huey's one of the best Darth Mauls, like stuff like that.
And that'll be 29 kills for the villains there, so they have only one more kill. They don't need, to get two. They just need the one. Simple math. You're welcome, everybody.
Thank you.
So interested to see how they play it. If they'll kind of be aggressive, really trying to get this quick kill, or if they'll play it very calculated and careful.
I
Molten
don't like
Viking.
what you guys are doing here. I don't like that at all. But I guess it worked out. I guess.
And only a way that Viking and Volk can pull off. They both just pretty much four-jumped Huey,
Yeah.
who tried to get the perfect block, but I messed it up a little bit. I wonder if that first aerial kind of knocked him off the octagon, looking at it, and the second aerial connected. And then Devil really tried to, okay, this went bad. I'm going to try to get this kill real quick and end this side. And he got a little antsy, and the heroes capitalized on that mistake, which now gives them...
Trap you fall into.
I believe that's 25 kills for the heroes. Is that correct? 29, 25. For the heroes right now they're feeling good. I think Volt and Viking.
I think they could squeeze out a win, honestly.
On this side.
On this side.
That would be very interesting. Oh wow, we had a great push from behind and a tumble.
If they don't mess each other up, why do they do that?
That's
oh
so
my gosh,
unfortunate. So that'll be side 30 to 25.
Yeah. Well, I just jinxed them, I guess.
You really did. They had a great play where he came from behind, pushed him. He was I think really going for the alley-oop to his teammate, but he got the tumble, which I think surprised him. And then I think it surprised both heroes. They just didn't know exactly how they wanted to play it, and both being aggressive, they both did the same thing and made a mistake. I think we really have to shout out Huey there for going 19 and 10.
Jeez. He played very patient. Like he was not like, I think when you play with aggressive players, sometimes there's an inclination to just like, okay, let's just play aggressive. Let's just do whatever. But sometimes you really do have to hold back and say like, no, I'm going to be the player that is playing a little bit passive or a little bit conservative,
Yeah, he played it perfectly, and all those times Devil died, a couple times in a row, that like 1 minute 30 span where Huey was pretty much by himself, he held really strong. He was the anchor of that team. Viking with 17 to 15, tons of engagements. But interesting, Volt went 8 and 15. That's kind of a weak showing, to be honest.
I can understand that just because, like, I think when you play with a player like Viking, you kind of expect to die a lot, but you expect those deaths to be traded with, like, okay, we're going to get one death, or we're going to get 2 kills off of this. So I can understand why they'd have, like, high deaths on each of their matches. Well, I guess that is probably something that is a little bit, if you're that player, you may be a little concerned about that. But I know I'm the type of player that I always put up, like, I rarely go positive, and I have no cares about it at all, as long as we win. Long as Ninja scores look good, I don't really care.
And now Volt's on it. I think he has a bit of a weaker hero side. I think that's something that's really stopping him from being a truly elite all-around player. Yeah. But his choker, as I said earlier, I think is one of the best in the game. So we'll have to see how he turns up now on villains. Although he goes down, and so right now we have a 3-0 lead heroes.
Wow.
Because they went right off the get-go. They got a kill on Viking. And Viking spawned, and now they got the double kill here. So 3-0 kill.
I didn't even notice that first kill. Like, geez, where was I at?
You were talking about you and Ninja. You're like an idiot.
Yeah.
But I think if you're heroes, you got to feel very, very, very good about it. Especially because Volt and Viking, while they did get quite a few kills, this is a good team they're playing. They don't have an easy task ahead of them. This is a huge match, elimination match. That 3-0 lead is enough, I think, to slow down the pressure that Viking and Volt will be constantly giving and make them a bit more calculated, which I think will help Devil and Huey.
I think you're right, and we're kind of seeing that. Like, there's been a little bit of reservation from Viking and Volt. They're not, like, aggressing, and Huey's playing fucking Mace Windu. Like, you should definitely be aggressing.
That's a 5-0 lead now by heroes. And you see, when they did rush right there, but it was a sloppy rush. It was just a very basic amateur everyday rush. They didn't do anything special, anything random, anything crazy. They just kind of just went in there like you would averagely when you're not even trying. And Volt accidentally tumbles Viking, and I wonder if he
I
actually
would
took a
have
saber
punished
throw
that.
there.
Yeah, he definitely could have died there.
And just showing that they're just a little bit out of sync. And you know, right now, Viking's getting pushed around by both heroes, and Volt's
Yeah,
almost powerless to help.
no answer from them really, and he almost died. Viking almost died there, very nearly. But Bolt manages to get a nice choke to his dash attack here. He may string it to a second attack. That was a good choke. Kind of
I like to
wondering
see a
why.
little bit of follow-up by Viking, and great job though by
Yeah,
Volt to stop the bleeding on this game.
great dash attack from Bolt. But I was just about to say, like, I wonder why Viking didn't like do the bubble hop there and get that push. But he does pick up the scrap on Sevyl.
And Sevyl definitely, I think, kind of locked eyes. He saw a tumbled Vader and was just like, I'm going to go for this kill. And he didn't even
Yeah,
ask where Viking was and just kind of gave an easy one up, which is unfortunate because right now the heroes have such a commanding lead in the early game. You really don't want to give anything for free away.
yeah.
And that was a very easy death for him to give up.
Yeah, it was unnecessary, especially since you're in your spawn. He could have very easily like went back to Hero's corner, and I don't think Volt and Viking really would have pressured him too much in their corner.
And yeah, again, you just hate to see that when you are heroes, you have the lead, and you give up a kill. Okay, fine. Now you just have to stop the bleeding as much as you can because villains can go on a run, and you just give up something like
Yeah,
that. So hopefully, you know, you did that a little bit on villains too. Hopefully we can see Devil, you know, play a bit more careful. I don't want to say passive because that's not what I mean. Just a bit more calculated.
and I think he does put a fair amount of thought into his actions, but I think you're right. I would just like to see him, maybe not commit as much once he is in those 2v1 situations like we've described, or maybe once, he doesn't have the advantage, just ease off for a second because he'll get the advantage again. Oh my gosh, I hate this
Oh, this is
situation.
gonna be.
I guess that was a good play by Fulton Viking. It pains me to say, but they managed to get both kills there.
5-5. So the villains have gone on a 5-0 streak here ever since that beginning. So they're getting a
And they're
little bit of
both in the
their
cantina.
swagger back.
I think the heroes are going to go for a trap play here in the cantina, maybe.
Keep them stuck. Watch both sides.
Yeah.
Right now, Huey's trying to destroy the droid.
One for the droid. I don't know if he's got it yet.
Being unsuccessful, he is unsuccessful. Volt gets out of there. He doesn't want to get trapped, and Viking's just gonna back away slowly and say, "Hey guys, don't mind me. Just gonna walk away with my block." Great null.
Whoa!
Now
I
Huey's
didn't
forced to get a
expect that.
save, and he does get a great save. And he actually is now probably gonna get a kill on Viking. Let's see if Volt can get a save.
Volt picked up that kill. Oh, okay. They played that decently well. I think I saw a little bit of like distrust from Viking there in Volt's choke. Like he didn't know if he was going to get that save or not. But they managed to come out on top of that in that situation.
And Huey played that near perfect. I think he maybe could have just decided to escape after Devil got away, but he saw an opportunity for the double kill and he tried to take it, which, when you're
I
heroes,
don't blame him.
sometimes you can be a lot more free with your kills for like such a huge risk reward. And Bold did have a great save on Viking there.
And I like that Volt is playing very aggressive with his Vader. Like he's very if you compare the way he's playing Vader to the way Huey played Vader, it's very markedly different. And that's not to say one is better than the other, but I think in their situations, one is definitely more advantageous depending on how the match is going itself.
And I think it really fits their style as Volt can now truly be aggressive and truly keep up with Viking, and Viking can just be let free, and they'll both be attacking at the same time, no worries.
Exactly.
Whereas on Heroes, it can end up out of sync a little bit.
They've got Heroes on kind of a run here, and they're both on the ground. Volt gets a really nice choke, but he wasn't able to.
The Heroes are right where they want to be, to be honest. I think they've led him here into this spawn switching nightmare.
I wouldn't be surprised. Heroes are known to do that, but I think the villains managed to hold their composure there.
You know, the villains followed them in there. They didn't care. They said, "Oh, I'll tell you what they said." They said, "I have the high ground." And
Was that a video clip?
it was so accurate, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And they got a good double kill for it. I think they just remembered that they had the high ground. They were not scared of the heroes because of that.
Yeah. I was just about to say, I think if Volt would have went to the ground there, they would have both died. And then, like, I think the villains would have, I mean, the heroes would have got the kill there. Because I think that's what they were going for, like you said, was get them around that spawn area.
And if you've noticed, almost every single time Volt's tried to make a move on Huey, when Huey's not even looking at him, Huey always just perfectly either sprints or walks or falls away.
Yeah. He's always aware.
And Volt could never quite get him.
Oh, damn. That was a group cook by Volt.
He definitely thought he was going to have enough time. The Volt would be too far away, too stuck in his animations, maybe not even have force. I think Huey also thought he might just sprint, but you could tell he was walking there. He was just thinking, "Oh, come on, can I get there?" And Volt had it just enough for a great save. They were able to
Literally the
finish him
only
off.
player. Oh wow.
11-6, villains favor. So after that
36
initial
overall.
5-0 start, it's been 11-1 villains. The heroes have really lost, you know, their composure.
Ooh, unfortunate choke from Volt, but that happens with choke on PC very often. But good,
Nice
nope.
attack.
Yeah.
That
He used
is
that.
mouse and keyboard at its finest right there.
I was gonna say that third like hitbox came out of nowhere.
Heroes opting to destroy that droid in the cantina, gave them a little bit of issues earlier. And now they're gonna heal up, let Volt heal up.
Did he destroy it earlier? I didn't realize he didn't destroy it earlier. I was wondering
No,
about
he
that.
missed after 3 or 4 attempts. He needs a lesson in destroying the cantina droid.
It'd be like that.
So
But
both
they're
sides.
giving Volt plenty of time to heal up in their spawn here, so while they don't have the cantina droid, they may not need it now.
Yeah, and you could tell Volt was very weak. He's been healing for a very long time. The heroes weren't that weak. They didn't heal for very long. They just had a few drips.
Why are you
Wing missing his strike on the droid?
Yeah, and you're gonna have to repair it yourself, dude. Oh, he's kind of in a tough situation here. Where's Huey at? It's on the ground.
Oh, Devil does get tumbled. Volt's not quite there.
And Sevyl uses
back Viking off
to get untumbled, which is a very good play. They're staying in the spawn though. They're staying on this pressure here, but
Definitely got a good amount of damage on Volt there, but he couldn't finish it off because he's feeder.
yeah, that sucks. Those are always unfortunate.
Viking gets to clean up, putting Huey in a 2-on-1 situation, and oh, great aerial. This will be a pretty good follow-up. If I was Viking, I wouldn't push and just let Volt.
Oh no! Oh, great move by Viking.
Playing that great. Oh, his block went down, or he might even had a double kill.
He played that pretty quick. Yeah, I'll give Viking credit there. I don't think there was too much he could have done there differently with Volt being down the way he did.
He played that fantastic, and honestly, I think he should have ended up alive with a 1-for-1 trade, or I think he honestly should have got that double kill. It's just unfortunate that his block went down after such a great play. You just hate to see it when someone makes a good play like that.
And they get cheated out of it, yeah. Oh my gosh, good move by Volt to follow Sevyl there. I think Sevyl got a little arrogant, thinking that Volt wouldn't rush him and that he would be able to use the spawn timer there. Now he was in a 2v1, but I think he looks pretty confident, and they're backing up. You know, fuck the spawn, go in.
Yeah, Huey's playing very confidently this whole match, even in these 2-on-1 situations, and the villains have been giving him a lot of respect.
Good play by Viking there. They secure both the kills. That was great.
And unfortunately, Viking's push didn't do, or not Viking, Devil's push didn't do quite what he wanted to do, and actually ended up hurting Huey. He was trying to push him into the wall, but Fortunately, he just missed. Huey, another 2-on-1 situation. Ellen's not
Huey was
caring.
in. Yeah, I was gonna say Huey was in for so long. He instantly spawned in, and they didn't rush him at all. And then he left the spawn, and they still didn't rush him. So I just don't know what people want to do anymore.
And what's
Nice,
the
and then
score?
another. Wow,
18 to
18
9.
to
Villains
9.
lead right now.
That's kind of. I did not expect that. That's where did that come from? Wow.
Yeah, Huey and Devil started off incredible, and Bolt and Viking started off really slow and out of sync. And I really thought they were going to be able to carry that a lot further. But honestly, as soon as they gave up that first kill, it's just been completely downhill for them. And you know, Devil Wing giving up,
Wow.
another pretty death
Another.
right there again.
Yeah, he could have
Huey's
easily.
switched to Luke.
Oh, they're getting serious then. Yeah, they see the cracks forming. Oh no, come on.
Devil Wing starting to complain about spawn camping. I feel like the heroes are very, very, very rattled right now.
Yeah, which is great for Volt and Viking. I'm not even sure how you conflate that with spawn killing.
So we are going to have a pause. We are going to review to see if this was in fact a spawn kill or not.
Are we talking about just now when Sevyl died?
Yeah, when he jumped up. Oh, you missed it?
Like that was not a spawn kill. The dude, he was spawned in Hero's Corner and then jumped up to the platform next to it and then made a push towards Volt. Like at that point, you're already committed to the kill. Like you're trying to kill him. It's not my fault that Volt managed to kill you. Oh yeah, we're on stream. Well, you get what I'm.
I do know that he jumped up and had an opportunity to survive.
I guess get one kill. The score is what? 17-9. Oh, okay. Sorry, 20-9.
Is that with it subtracted?
Yeah.
Okay. So we are going to
So
subtract that kill. Volt and Viking not wanting any controversies in their dominating villains side here, so they're gonna give them that kill back, and instead
yeah,
of being 20 to
very
9, they're gonna go 19 to 9.
very sportsman-like plays from Viking and Volt. Uh, very gentlemanly.
Okay, so now I'm heroes. I just got a gift and getting a kill back, right? I am now saying we have to come out of this. We have to do
Yeah,
something big.
because your next death, I'm talking shit. Like you can't complain and then get wrecked still.
And both heroes
Well,
go down pretty much right away. And it was very weird. They were both playing on the ground. They were both went into a door right on
yeah,
top of each other, no support. And Volt and Viking honestly just saying, are you kidding me? Are you guys giving us the kill back?
yeah, yeah. Volt was like no forcing there. Like I will give a lot of props to from the first round. I think sometimes you fall into that trap as commentators. You're like, well, first round, it seemed like one team was pretty confident, but I think sometimes it just takes that. You have to fill out the team. You have to take that time to adjust to the team. And really, the second round, I feel like, shows the true skill of a team if they can make those adjustments.
We have a tumble on Viking. Huey's going to apply pressure on Vader so that he can't get the save. And that was an excellent
Yeah,
play by both the Devil and Huey right there to get that double kill and hopefully now get themselves back into this game.
I
I
hope so.
honestly feel like they
They
need
played
to
that
slow
really
it
well.
down for just a second, take a breather, be like, okay, we're going to compose ourselves. We are going to do this.
Yeah,
And then kind of start back up the match again, and that's a good double kill to have now going into that if they even choose to slow it down.
I agree there, and I think that both of these players, Huey and Sevyl, I think they could definitely outplay Volt and Viking in a slower, more passive match. And there's nothing wrong with the more slower passes match. There's nothing wrong with that at all. You just have to understand when it's necessary or not.
Oh. You got a double push right there. Unfortunately, Volt couldn't capitalize for the double kill, but now Huey is in a bad 2-on-1 situation.
And Viking played that perfect. That was a great push, and then he waited so long to get that combo.
Now they're gonna get some healing. Devil spawned in, didn't move there for a few seconds off the spawn, but now he is playing again.
Let me get my timer.
I think he was just giving himself a little speech, like, I'm Devowing. I was the best player in 2010, and I will not lose to Volt and Viking.
Oh!
And there we go.
He gets a good aerial, though. That might have been accidental because I don't think he was able to fall from that ramp without doing an aerial. But I give him props there. That was a good follow-up.
Viking playing this totally calm, totally collected this 2-on-1, and now Devil's in the 2-on-1 situation.
It turned into a 2-on-1 very quickly. I don't think he realized that.
Now the score's 25-12. The villains are more than doubling the heroes.
Wow. Gotta be honest, I did not expect that. Like, I expected it to be a lot closer as it was in the first round.
5 more kills for villains, and they can move on to the next round. Devil and Huey just trying to hold on and get some magic happening, although seems to be a little bit disconnect. Huey seemed to want to go back to the platforms. Devil stay in the hero's corner. Huey does come back, though. Huey trying to get a save.
Wow,
GG.
Viking got the kill there in that cluster. Goodness. Well, that just ended before I even realized it. Wow.
I think Volt and Viking are confused. They thought they won on the first side.
They were like, well, we're done.
That's the most Volt and Viking thing I think I've ever witnessed in my life.
GG, it's over.
Right there, honestly, if I'm Huey and Devil, seeing them say GG and thinking they won the first side and saying silly things like that, I would get very upset and just kick it into another gear for that kind of.
Yeah.
It's honestly not arrogance, but that's the way I would interpret it in a situation like this, just to give myself more motivation. Nice saber throw right there.
They did get it killed. I don't like that did that, but he managed to stay alive.
Devil's up there. Huey, I think, wanted to get a little bit of health, but now he's coming in. Viking is spawned in, and he's coming in. He's coming in hot.
Yeah, I think Volt definitely could have. He was staying aggressive there, which I think was a good move because I don't think he needed to back off there. I think he could have definitely waited for Viking and stayed just as confident.
Now we have actually Volt getting a few drops of health there. Healing up mid-fight.
Sevyl gets a kill. I didn't see that, but it looked like a quick combo.
I unfortunately missed it as well. Volt backing off away, stopping this bleeding. Doesn't need a die to another 2-on-1 situation. Yeah, 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Oh yeah, let's get the timer on that too. Good choke. Wow. And he survives that from Huey.
A nice saber throw. I think both of them actually hit him. I don't know if they needed to, but I believe both did hit him.
Goodness. It just seems like every time like one of the heroes goes down, the other heroes kind of just left there. Like, I think once Huey or Sevyl die, they need to instantly regroup or figure out, okay, what's our next play here? It can't just be wait for the spawn. You have to actually engage in some way and say, how am I going to get to the spawn?
I like how no one in the game knows what the score is. We have 27, 28, and 29.
Just one kill from the spawn kill is coming into play as well, so that's good.
Okay, so they have 28, they need 2 more kills to close this out. So just one more round of kills here, and they will be moving on to the next round. And
already
there's your first one. And
this
there's
is
the
your
second one. Right away.
Wow.
Now
Well
that
played by
will
both
be
sides.
GG. What a dominating performance by Volt and Viking once they got on villains here, beating them
Yeah.
30, 30, maybe even 31 to I believe 11, 30 to 14 on this side with the final score being. Could you say it one more time for me? 55 to 44. Volt and Viking win over Devil and Huey.
Wow. Very good win from Bolton Viking. I think a very convincing one as well. It's funny because I was talking about at the start of the match that, sometimes heroes come out on top, but I think, like you said, like at these higher levels of play, you can kind of see villains start edging out their advantage again.
Yeah, I think early on in the tournament, when someone got, well, actually, let's take a second here to respect Vikings 18 and 9.
Wow. 2.0,
Volt,
Katie?
yeah, and Volt only 5 deaths, and then
Shout out to Bolt.
Devil and Huey,